Hello, it's 11:30 p.m. on, I guess, a Thursday night. I'm out here in my neighborhood in a place I've never been. But it's this weird barn looking thing, and it's kind of far away from any houses. And that was kind of the goal, because, I just don't get really enough time to be alone enough, or just far enough away from people that they don't get concerned when I maybe start shouting. And probably night is not the best time to do it, but here goes. I'll just put you there. Here you go. This one's called Mundane Life. It took me about an hour to write. I didn't proofread it all, so if it seems long for only having an hour to write, that's why. I took a nap at 6 o'clock. I woke up and no one was home, and I found that odd because my messages suggested my uncle would be there with his stuff, and there was still a little darker to get outside. I go downstairs and I find my concoction, the cherry limeade mix you hate. Though even out of 10, it's an 11. I take a sip, and it's heaven in less than a second. They say to get better at writing, you have to get better at thinking. But they also say that for any craft-adjacent skill, you need to focus on breathing. What's with that? You need to breathe to do much of anything. And for exhaustive activity, it's nice to have that extra kick. But it should be second nature by this point to focus on your task, yeah? I want to get better at writing. I'm at a point in my life, have been for over half a year now, where I think about life as a whole. It's fun to get out of body for a night, but to constantly have to look inside yourself, champ. What makes you you? Less than before you go to war against yourself. There's this girl I've known since 6th grade. Typical childhood love story, right? Probably. But nobody will ever make you feel like it's the real thing until it is. It won't be special until it's someone special. I don't know if this is it. I should spend more time considering if this is it before I commit. Everybody says the chase is what keeps guys in front of your face, but I'm such a lost gerbil, I've lost the race. Do I feel like I do because I like her, or I like attention? I may not have mentioned it's been radio silence since I left. If I cared more, would I have sacrificed my time in store, which has been bored into my skull that there's so little of? Would I have respected that we have lives outside of each other, and even though we're attracted to one another, we can take a break from the world bearing down to let us fall around us more? I haven't had a friendship last longer, so I should be stronger and not ruin it. So what am I doing? The date's on Tuesday, and if I were worth anything, I'd tell her myself that I need to work on myself, even though the virus said take 3 years for yourself. I might need an entire lifetime before I take the step, and then I ask myself, everything takes confidence, so arrange a conference and just decide. You're hurting her to not burden her, even though it works for now, you're just murdering her when it's finally revealed. With skin peeled and feelings revealed, do you want to be the defendant on the field, waiting for her father to yield as he lays into your shield his revenge-filled meal with another wound congeals? One thing about going away and coming back is that people are excited to see you in a way that neither party gets the opportunity to appreciate until it's too late. They say he's met his fate and his life was great. They commiserate about themselves enjoying his sandwiches and chocolate that was $1.98, even though they've been waiting for his death to arrive, more anticipatory than he was about to arrive alive. Nobody's going to go out and hate on a dead guy unless you did something really bad. Oh. I haven't been able to speak for a week because I knew if it weren't my words coming out of my teeth, I would never have anything but cheap garbage to feed my peeps who insist that if I'm Mr. Save My Sister, even though I never listen and I'm afraid of kissing. Everybody wants me to be an inspiration. You're most talented kid in your generation. You'll save the nation. I'm not. I'm the janitor of the world. I do work hard and I do want to succeed, but you have to know that your trust in me isn't guaranteed. It won't be what saves us from Shathid's corporate greed. Sure, I'll bleed and rarely sleep and do everything you need to be pleased, but sometimes it weighs on me like a liter of mead and I can't handle my drink. If you're very mature for your age, then you let others take the stage. You cage your unfathomable rage and watch as others live like normal kids. You're quiet, reserved, and oftentimes weak for not choosing to engage them in their games. The worst part is feeling different, having no friends. You wait to see when childhood ends, only to learn that nobody changes like that. You've squandered your free past, and you... Wait, is that all you remember? I recall in the fall that when those a year older stand tall and you're still small, the teachers who praise you for not getting into a brawl... Wait again. I don't remember anything from my younger school years. I didn't like authority because they had to keep all the other students from picking their noses, and that detracted from challenging me to grow. I'd do something small to challenge their superiority complex, only to be met with threats of telling my parents I have no place in school. They didn't congratulate me, only tell me I'm smarter than my rotten behavior, and I have a great potential if I do their extra homework. My questions on how the world works cast aside in favor of a base knowledge on hierarchy. I know I should talk to my folks. They'll fill me with hope, and though it feels better to be left alone and mope, they'll tell me what I'm building is the cornerstone to my future. When their future isn't mine, whose line do I preserve? Which deserves to stand against the degradation of time? But I convince myself that they don't know me, that even though they raised me and can show me how happy that they want something different than I do. I'll be told to reach for the sky. When I truly know their why, it's because I'm here to drive their hopes and dreams up high and hope they stay dry when every approaching thunderstorm wants to say hi. It took me 3 kilobytes to take me out of this quiet mess. I have time, but not enough space to get me out of this stressful place with the walls just closing in, loud enough to be heard but not listened to. It isn't forgiving when you give yourself time to really search for the verse that makes your heart hurt. You get that burst of feeling, the opposite of healing, but pain is better than hiding away anymore. A work isn't fine until you sign on the line or go pour out the door. At midnight, I sat in a dilapidated barn spinning this yarn because, after all, I'm a farm boy. I yawn, turn the page, and I'm gone. Is this really better than where I am? So find yourself in your cluttered room. It's pitch black by now, but you're past that middle school doom and gloom. Waste away for a month before the experience boom of responsibilities and bills for utilities and car crashes and everything that makes life hell but worth living flood in. I'm not a rapper, but I want to get better at writing, so thanks for listening. Maybe I'll finally get to cry tonight.